Yo, what's good, basketball heads? It's your boy Crush. Let's talk about Ja Morant saying he and the Memphis Grizzlies will do less talking moving forward. So after the Lakers gave them a thrashing, a crazy beatdown, which was warranted because they talked too much. So after LeBron and the Lakers blew them out in Game 6, Ja Morant has finally came to his senses. So now he said moving forward, the Grizzlies will no longer trash talk. And that's a great thing. You don't need to talk trash. Just go on the court and let your game speak for you. You don't have to say much. Your game will do all the talking. And I'm glad he finally got that humbling moment, that humbling experience, because they needed this. On the contrary, if the Grizzlies had beaten the Lakers, they would have kept on with this arrogant attitude, behaving like they have won a championship. So it's a blessing in disguise that they lost. The Grizzlies losing in Game 6 was a blessing because I was rooting for them. Don't get me wrong. I was rooting for the Grizzlies, but at the same time, them losing is a blessing because if they had won and beaten the Lakers and LeBron, they wouldn't have had this humbling experience and they would have kept on talking, being arrogant and obnoxious. So it's a great thing that they lost and they had that experience. So moving forward, they could just focus on basketball and just zip it, be quiet. So Ja Morant said if he's doing less trash talking, the team will follow. And yes, they will because you are the leader of the team. And whatever you do, that'll reflect on the team and that'll have an impact on them. So just be quiet and play basketball. You don't have to trash talk. You don't have to do all that extra stuff. You don't need that. You're a very talented young team. Just let your game speak for you. So I'm glad, he had that humbling experience, that humbling moment. Take a look in the mirror and say, you know what? We haven't won anything. And we out here acting like, we're champions. And we haven't won anything. His comment about he's fine in the West, that's coming back to bite him in the, that was some real arrogance. I'm not worried about anybody. We're fine in the West. Sounding like they won something or, and you don't ever take any team lightly. You don't sleep on anyone. You don't take any team lightly. And that is not the attitude of someone or a team who's trying to win a championship. You can't take any series, any game, or any team lightly. That's a bad mindset if you're trying to develop championship habit. That is not the way to think. So that comment saying, we're fine in the West. We're not worried about anybody. Hopefully he'll eradicate that from his mental because that is not a good way to think. That is not a good way to be if you're trying to win a championship or develop good habits that could lead to winning a championship. I mean, we all know the Grizzlies are a young team with a lot of talent. They have a lot of talent. They just need to be focused, man, because even though they're missing Steven Adams, not making excuses, but they had no center, so AD went to work. I mean, without a center, AD is going to go crazy. So even though the team was missing Steven Adams, they could have still possibly won if they were more focused. Instead of talking all that trash and Dylan Brooks keep chirping, they could have possibly still won, but the team wasn't focused. They were more focused on talking trash than actually playing basketball and trying to win. And it bit them in the butt. But it also humbled them because now they're going to be more talkative moving forward. And that's a great thing. And that is a great thing because I don't want to hear no more chirping from this team after what happened in Game 6. No more chirping moving forward. Just play ball, man. That's it. Just play ball. Despite being destroyed by the Lakers, Dylan Brooks still is standing on what he said. He's not trying to walk it back. And you get it, pride. He's trying to be tough. He's trying to act like it's whatever. But trust me, I know deep inside he feel like straight trash because you said all that and your game never backed it up. If you're going to talk big and, talk tough, you got to at least back it up on the floor. You can't just talk tough and then when it's game time, you're playing like straight garbage. That is never a good look. Either way, man, this is a great learning experience for the team. This is a moment to build, grow. They're young, they're immature. So they needed this in a sense. It's a blessing in disguise. And on top of that, Desmond Bain admits, he said the Grizzlies, they acted with a sense of entitlement, which is true. They felt entitled. I don't know why. They didn't win anything, never won anything, but for some reason, they just had this entitled behavior or mindset. So Desmond Bain said, they were celebrating all last year, and nothing wrong with celebrating if you get a win and being happy. But, in the Grizzlies case, so what happened last season? The Warriors defeated the Grizzlies. They went out early. And what's crazy, this year, the Lakers defeated the Grizzlies. And the Warriors are going to face the Lakers in round 2. Isn't that crazy? So the Lakers defeated the Grizzlies this season. And last season, the Warriors defeated the Grizzlies. That's crazy. Instead of staying humble and keeping the right mentality, the Grizzlies let themselves relax and failed to make the proper adjustments. All they had to do was stay humble, keep the right mindset, and keep building from last year. Keep building from last year. So they came into this season being entitled, feeling like, we're not afraid of anybody. We could beat anybody, which they could, but you don't underestimate teams that are veteran teams with championship DNA. You got to be focused, man. And they weren't focused this year at all. I mean, from the Ja situation, all the controversies with Ja Morant, to Dylan Brooks always talking, stirring things up, the team just wasn't focused. And them being entitled, feeling like they could beat anybody and they're not worried about anybody. The Lakers defeating the Grizzlies was a great situation because it humbled them. They needed to be grounded, and the Lakers defeating them, that grounded them. So hopefully they'll take this into next season, be quiet, stop talking so much, and just play basketball. Just play basketball. That's it. But as always, holla. As always, we just talking basketball. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share. Holla at your boy.
It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about the game. I'ma say it. It's all about the game.